So I went camping last weekend, just a couple of days ago, and I went with a bunch of kids, you know, in between grades 8 to 11, and so I was part of it's like a youth group thing. I was helping out my roommate, who's also the landlord of the house that I'm in. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady, absolutely wonderful, and she needed a little bit of help. And she told me, do you want to come camping for a couple of days? I'm running this youth camp, and we're going to have, 9 kids or so. And it's going to be, Friday, Saturday, and we'll come back Sunday. And I said, yeah, sure. Like, fuck yeah, sign me up. Camping, yeah, I'd love to do that. And so we went, and I had a blast. It's a different experience because I've been camping before with friends. But this, I was one of the leaders, let's say. So I was one of the organizers. I helped out. I had to make sure the kids stay safe. Like just take them out on hikes, take them to the beach, etc., etc. So I was not like with my friends doing crazy stuff or, getting loaded on mushrooms or whatever. I had to be there and I had to be responsible for these kids. Now, of course, some LSD was ingested, but not enough to impair me, let's say. Enough to actually get me more engaged with my environment, with everything else. So on Saturday, we went to the beach, and man, there was a lot of kids. We took the kids that were with us, and there was a lot of kids, right? So this is, when I say a beach, it's just a fucking lake, okay? It's like in Canada here, we don't have really beaches like I guess you do if you live in Vancouver or the East Coast, but most of us Canadians, we don't live on the coast. So most of us Canadians, when we say beach, we mean lake, really. So and it was a really hot day. So anyway, we went and we took the kids with us, and there was a bunch of kids, right? This was like a beach mostly for kids and parents to bring their kids to. And we go in the water and we spend the whole day in the water. And of course, here I am, I did like 2/3 of a tap, right? And I'm very engaged with everything. And I'm looking around and it's beautiful, right? I'm immersed in the water. All the kids are playing, all the kids. Okay, I'm surrounded, like I'm literally in an ocean of joy, in the ocean, let's say, okay, for lack of better terms here. An ocean of joy in an ocean, in an actual body of water. And I'm surrounded by all these kids, right? All these kids with their parents, with their peers, playing, throwing balls. And I was part of it, of course. We had things with us. We had like little footballs. We were throwing it around, And so, I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm hearing the kids of the sound of the kids playing, and all this joy, just pure joy, just pure play. Pure laughter, just amazement, absolutely just amazing, amazing, amazing. And I thought to myself, this has got to be the closest thing to God. Joy, the vibration, because I was in a vibration of intense joy. And I thought to myself, joy, laughter, play, humor, fun is the closest vibration to source energy. I really think so. I mean, in that moment, it all made sense to me. Joy, laughter, happiness, joy, just, play is the closest thing to source energy. So seeing the kids play, I joined in and we made a sandcastle. And we made up some story. As we made it, we made like an island, put a castle in the middle, and made up a story about how there's a guy stuck in there and we have to save him. So we built a tunnel underneath the castle. It's amazing. And it occurred to me that we're here, we're playing. There's no purpose of playing. We're just playing. Like, there's no purpose. Like, we're not building this sandcastle to build the most magnificent sandcastle. We're just playing. We just want to build a sandcastle. And we just want to go in the water. And we just want to throw the ball around. We just want to play. And I think, this is my conclusion, that God creates us. You know, when I say God, of course, I'm not talking about the idea, the conventional idea of God. I'm just saying this, the force, let's say, okay? The force, when the force, because we are the force, we are one, we're all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. So when the beholder, when the force, when the God consciousness created all of this play, they created it for the purpose of play. So really, we're here to play. And the sooner we can realize that all of creation is play, the more we are closer with our true nature as the creator of all of this, as the subjective consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. And that by having the opportunity to be children for 10 to 14 years of our life, right? We are given a chance, a glimpse to our true nature. And then we grow out of it into adulthood, out of heaven, right? You know, the whole story of creation, how Adam and Eve were in heaven and then they fell out of heaven and they try to make their way back to it. Well, think of childhood as heaven. It's bliss. You just want to play as a kid. I mean, you ever questioned why kids just want to play? I think because it's ultimately all a game. And kids just are closer to source energy. And then that's heaven. And then we fall out of heaven, become adults, we start to think, our minds develop, we separate everything, and then we have to find our way back into childhood again, into heaven. That's, I think, what it is. And one of the ways we can do that is we laugh more and more, you know, just laughter in finding humor in everything, and finding laughter and joy in playing. You know, when was the last time you just did something for the sake of it? You know, even like going to the gym, it starts off as like a playful thing. You just want to play, like you just want to carry weights, you just want to like do flips and shit. And then it becomes like, I want to get this big ass biceps. So then you go work out, and you're not really thinking about the enjoyment of it. You're just like, are my biceps big enough yet? Are they big enough yet? And then you totally lose track of the playful nature of it all. You start to take it too seriously. And you know, really just hanging around kids for a couple of days, it just like, it showed me, hey, you know, you don't have to take things seriously. You don't have to do things because you want to get something out of them. Just do them for the sake of play, for the sake of just being in the moment. You know, kids are so in the moment, just being in the moment. So that's one thing I've learned from the children, because really they were teaching me. I was there, I was like learning from them. Okay, I wasn't the one teaching them anything, actually. They were the ones teaching me everything. The other thing is they're so honest. They're so honest, and they speak their mind, and they speak their truth in the moment. And it's very important to say, speak the truth in the moment. So we had a little thing, a ritual we would do a few times a day. We'd sit around, it's called a circle check-in. You'd sit around, and, you know, the leaders, us the adults, would ask the children, how are you feeling? How was your day? How was the day before? Did you sleep well? And it's amazing how children will just be so honest with you, so vulnerable. Like, oh, I'm tired right now. You know, oh, I'm really tired but excited. Oh, I'm really, I love everything. Like one kid said, you know, when we asked him how's everything, he said, you know, I love everything. I love this camp, and I love this tree, and I love these trees, and I love being here, and I'm really looking forward for the campfire tonight. You know, so like they're so honest about the moment. And if a kid's tired, like they don't try to bullshit their way like an adult and hide it and like put an image that everything is roses. No, they'll tell you, I'm tired right now. I didn't have sleep. I'm sunburned, or whatever it is. They'll tell you about their truth in the moment. And that's something we really can learn as adults, because we fucking lie out of our asses. We're lying, man. We're all lying as adults, right? We have to always want to project a certain image to our peers, our friends, our colleagues at work. We're always trying to project an image, right? Whatever that image is. Your image might be, I'm the guy that is always energetic. You know, that's something I had to fucking get over, because I have like a high energy, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just tired. And before, I would have to pretend and put on a show that I'm, oh, here we go, let's go energy. But now I realize, I'm like, no, that's fucking pointless. I'm just gonna try and be honest as much as I can in the present moment. What's going on with me right now? And if I'm tired, I'm gonna tell you I'm tired. And this is something really bothered me when I worked in a coffee shop, right? Because you ask people, how are you? And everybody's response, 9 out of 10 people, oh, I'm good. And then sometimes I'd shit disturb and be like, are you really good? Or are you just saying that? And then you start to get some honest responses from people when you really poke the bear. They start to tell you, actually, yeah, I had a really long day and you know, I'm tired or whatever. Or they'll start to tell you the truth. If you start to poke the bear, not everybody will. Maybe 1 out of 2 people that you poke their bear will actually start speaking the truth and honesty, because they probably feel relieved that someone else is actually asking them, as opposed to just robotically, hey, how's it going? Good, good, you know? So that's just honesty in the moment. That's something else that these kids, just observing these kids, have taught me. So yeah, I just thought I want to share these lessons, these basic lessons with you guys. There's more things, you know, more subtle things that I've picked up from the kids, but I think these 2 lessons, joy and play as the closest vibration to source energy, to your true essence, and laugh, so that would be laughter also, and speaking your truth in the moment and realizing that it changes moment to moment. That's it, guys. God bless you all. These kids that I learned from will eventually become adults at some point, and they will have to observe other kids to remember who they are. And just remember, you guys all were kids at some point. So, you know what? Yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, that's it, guys. As always, don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.